Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into something that I think might really resonate with you, especially if it sounds like you've been dealing with some negativity lately or some pushback from people.
Yeah.
We've got these two fascinating excerpts from this audio file called Your Energy and the Answers to Your Help.
Okay.
And it offers, I think, a really unique perspective on dealing with that kind of energy.
Yeah, I'm really curious about this concept of how this speaker kind of turns it around.
Yeah.
And it's not about even handling the negativity. It's like, what is our own energy in this?
Yeah.
And how are we showing up? And I'm really curious to see what they had to say about that.
Yeah, totally. And they actually start right out of the gate with this super bold statement, which is, I am that I am. Have you ever heard anyone say that in that kind of context?
It's powerful, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes me think of like a declaration.
Yeah.
I am that I am. And it's really about recognizing our own self-worth, our own truth,
Hmm.
without needing external validation.
Right.
So when criticism comes in, if we're grounded in that energy, it's like we don't need to crumble. We don't need to defend. We just are.
Right. So it's almost like whatever they're putting out there is really more about them and where they're at
Totally.
than it is about you because you're already so solid in who you are.
Exactly. And what I also think is interesting is they talk a lot about not needing to respond. That's
Yeah.
like a theme that comes up over and over again. So I'm curious to dig into what that means.
Yeah, they definitely emphasize that point.
Yeah.
Is it about conserving your energy or choosing your battles? Like, what's the thought process there?
It's all of that. It's interesting when you think about it because if we're constantly reacting and defending, we're giving our power away. We're letting those negative energies dictate our emotional state.
Right.
So in choosing to not respond, we're actually reclaiming that power.
Right. It's like choosing where you direct your energy and
Yes.
not letting it get sapped by, all the little things.
Exactly. And the speaker uses this great analogy or metaphor of, unwanted energies are like obstacles in a flowing river.
Okay.
Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah, it's such a great image, right? Like, how do we actually apply that to dealing with criticism in our lives?
Right.
So is it about just letting it flow past us and we don't even, give it any resistance whatsoever?
Well, I think it's about recognizing that we don't have to get stuck on those obstacles.
Okay.
So we can kind of look at it as that river, and if a log falls in the river
Yeah.
or a big rock blocks part of the river, it might disrupt the flow,
Right.
but it doesn't stop the flow.
Yeah.
It just kind of moves around it, it adapts, and it continues on its journey.
Okay, so we acknowledge it, we see it, we maybe even check, is there something I can learn from that? Is there any truth to that? But ultimately, it doesn't stop us. It doesn't define us. We keep going.
Exactly. And that kind of forward momentum and that unwavering sense of self is, I think, where this idea of the lighthouse comes in. The speaker talks about David as being a lighthouse. I'm curious what your thoughts are on that one.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like it's connected to that idea of not needing to respond.
Okay.
Because, a lighthouse doesn't chase after the ships, right? It's just there, solid, and it's shining its light, and it's up to those ships to kind of find their way.
That's such a great point.
Yeah.
And it's trusting that when we embody our truth and we allow our own inner light to shine, that we will naturally attract the people who resonate with that energy and who are meant to be guided by our light.
Yeah, it's by being that steady beacon and not getting caught up in proving yourself or fighting back against every little thing, you actually become more powerful because you're not giving your energy away to all of that stuff.
Exactly. And that inner confidence in knowing our worth also kind of ties into this next point that I thought was really fascinating.
Okay.
The speaker says, money will never be lacking.
Okay.
And I think while finances are definitely, important to talk about, it seems like there's a deeper meaning here.
Totally. It's like a deeper sense of abundance, right?
Yeah.
If you're in alignment with what you're here to do and who you really are, you will be provided for. It's kind of the energy I'm getting.
Yes, absolutely. And it goes back to that I am that I am.
Right.
When we are so secure in ourselves and we recognize our own worthiness, we open ourselves up to receiving abundance in all areas of life, whether it's love, whether it's support, opportunities, the list goes on.
It's like moving from that scarcity mindset to that abundance mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's what you focus on expands, right?
Yeah.
So if you're so worried about, I don't have this and there's not enough of that, you're going to see that everywhere.
Right.
But if you can shift your focus to wow, look at all this amazing stuff I do have in my life, and I'm so grateful for this, and just that trust that even more good stuff is coming, that's when the magic really starts to happen, I think.
It is about shifting that scarcity mindset into abundance
Hmm.
and trusting. And I think that that leads really well to this last piece that I wanted to touch on, because the speaker repeats this phrase over and over again.
Okay.
And they say, I am here with you in every cell of your body.
Whoa.
Like, what a profound statement.
Yeah.
I mean, what comes up for you when you hear that?
Honestly, chills. It's like just such a powerful affirmation that you are never really alone. It's like this invisible support system that's like woven into the very fabric of your being.
Right.
And I feel like if you are someone who is navigating negativity out there in the world,
Yeah,
that's like a game changer to hear that.
absolutely. It's like this internal compass
Yeah.
that's always pointing true north, regardless of the storms that might be raging around us.
Right.
And it kind of brings us back to the lighthouse, right?
Yeah.
It's this unwavering beacon of light that's drawing strength from within. It's unfazed by the opinions or judgments of others.
It's so true. So just to kind of recap here, we've got these excerpts and they're all about navigating negativity, right? It's that I am, that recognition of your own worth.
Yes.
It's choosing your battles and not needing to respond to every little thing and conserving your energy that way.
Yeah.
It's the trust that you're going to be provided for when you're living in your truth.
Yes.
And remembering that you have this like unwavering source of support within you.
Beautiful.
Huh.
Always there.
Yeah, and for me, I think the most empowering takeaway from all of this is that our true power doesn't come from proving ourselves to the world.
Right.
It comes from standing firm in the truth of who we are, even when it's unpopular.
Yeah, you're not a lighthouse for everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
You're a lighthouse for the people who need your specific frequency of light.
Yes,
And that's enough.
and that's enough. So as you move forward, just remember the lighthouse, remember the river,
Yes.
and above all, remember I am that I am. It's such a great reminder for all of us. And that wraps up another deep dive. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next exploration into another fascinating topic.